Hello there YouTube, my name's Adam from Gunjack, and I have you guys today with a review of the CYMA CM048 AKMSU. Before we get into the replica, let's take a look at the real steel weapon's history. The AKM is the modernized version of Mikhail Kalashnikov's AK-47. It was adopted in the Soviet Union in 1959, seeing several improvements over the original design to make it easier to mass produce. The AKM is a very commonly seen modern rifle with over 10 million units produced. It is chambered in the 7.62 by 39mm cartridge, which is still in common use today. The designation AKMSU refers to a custom-made weapon likely produced by a Khyber Pass gunsmith. The carbine that spawned the term now resides within the collection of the Royal Armouries in Leeds, England. The CYMA AK is made mostly of metal and wood, the only plastic part being the flash hider. Its robust construction adds a bit of heft with a total overall weight of about 8 pounds unloaded. The wood parts appear to be made out of laggard beech or chew wood. In the box, the CYMA AK will come with one 600-round high-cap magazine. The AK is compatible with many different AK magazine options on the market. I prefer to use blue box AK-74 mid-cap magazines, though they do wobble in the magazine well quite a bit. The AKMSU version of the CM048 includes a thumb hole handguard, and it's very comfortable to use with the stock folded or extended. It is prone to getting dinged up when you fold the stock, so be mindful when you fold the stock to not carve chunks out of it. The sights on the rifle are standard fare for any AK, with a post in the front and adjustable rear leaf sight. I will note that my gun came from the factory with the adjustment slider upside down, which made the sight impossible to use. It was a very simple fix, but it does make me wonder how intense the quality control process is at CYMA. To access the battery compartment on the AK, you just need to push in on the button on the dust cover and lift it upwards. My AK has a tendency to eject the spring guide outwards when I remove the dust cover, so be aware of that when you go to put in your battery. The battery space is fairly cramped like most AKs on the market, and you'll be limited to using stick-type batteries. The hop-up can be accessed by pulling back the bolt. The adjustment lever is a little small, so glove users might have some difficulty getting it adjusted to the right spot. Depending on the size of your battery, the bolt can also be difficult or impractical to pull back all the way. The stock is made of metal and folds pretty easily. To fold it or unfold it, there's a button on the stock itself that must be pushed in before it will move. The button is a little stiff, and the stock has to be in just the right position before it will release. The U-shaped end piece will rotate into position but does not lock into place. It likely won't flop in and out of place, but it is just held in place by tension. The CM048 has a standard version 3 gearbox and is compatible with the majority of upgrades on the market. I did have to swap out the stock motor as it was shorting out as it would cycle. The gun did function as it should have, but the motor was obviously struggling to keep up, and I don't know how long it would function before dying completely. Out of the box, the CM048 will have an FPS of about 410 and run at about 10 rounds per second. This makes it an ideal gun to take into woodland or milsim games, but too hot for CQB gameplay. With a full-size barrel and an FPS north of 400, your maximum effective range should be around 150 feet. So, what's the final verdict of this gun? Well, it's a neat variant of a classic replica. It's an AK for the ones who want maneuverability and a robust build in a compact package. It's not very comfortable to aim down the sights, but if you're the type to go fast and deprive the enemy of nice things, aiming down the sights isn't very high on your priority list. The quality control is less than stellar, and the battery space leaves me wanting more, but it's a fun gun to throw in the back of the car and have on standby when you just want to run around and sling some plastic at high velocities. Well, that about does it for this review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or a comment and subscribing, since I do have more Airsoft content coming. Thanks again, and as always, stay frosty.